You're all very welcome to the launch of the 2013 William Carleton Annual International Summer School. I'm Michael Fisher, I'm this year's director, and we're pleased to be joined this evening by some of my colleagues from the committee in Clogher.
We know some of the places he lived, and I've been researching where he lived during his years in this city. As far as I know, there were 7 firm addresses that Carleton lived in, and they varied from the cellar in Bridgefoot Street, where he shared it with vagrants and beggars and all the low life of Dublin when he first arrived almost penniless in this city. He then moved to Mary's Lane and to Moore Street, and after a brief spell there to Francis Street. And of course the great attraction in Francis Street was Marsh's Library, where he was able to read for free a wonderful array of books and manuscripts. And it was when he was reading in Marsh's Library that he met the famous Caesar Otway that Michael referred to. Now, Otway ran a magazine called The Christian Examiner. He was also involved with other Dublin literary productions. But Otway in many ways gave Carleton his first start in print. And it was through Otway and through the work that came his way, writing for him, that Carleton moved to, shall we say, his first salubrious address, and we find him out in Clontarf. Now, we can't be absolutely sure when he moved to Clontarf, but he was certainly there in 1842 when he wrote a letter to Sir Robert Peel. He may have been there from about 1840.
Barney Brady's Goose, or Dark Doings at Slapbeg. Barney Brady was a good-natured, placid man and never lost his temper, unless, as he said himself, when he got provocation. He was also strict in attending his duty, a fact which Mrs., or rather, as she was called, Ailey Brady, candidly and justly admitted, and to which the priest himself bore ample testimony. Barney, however, had the misfortune to be married at a time when a mystery was abroad among women. Mysteries resembling the Eleusinian in nothing but the exclusion of men were then prevalent among the matrons in all parts of the country. Of the nature of these secret rites it would be premature now to speak. In time the secret will be revealed. Suffice it to say that the mysteries were full of alarm to the husbands, and held by them to be a grievous offence against their welfare and authority.
So he is a literary figure in Tom's Directory from 1854, and he's in Rathgar Avenue for about 14 years. He then moves in 1867 to Sanford Road, to Woodville in Ranelagh. And it was here, of course, that he spent his last few years when he was dying with cancer and suffering financial hardship. And as you know, there was a petition got up to get him a pension, a government pension, which did help him financially. He died, however, in 1869 in Woodville, in Ranelagh. I believe the house is demolished now. He was buried, as you know, in Mount Jerome Cemetery. His widow had to leave that house very quickly. And
take off. Some poems are attached to a specific moment or a specific theme, but sometimes the poem comes to you then as a kind of life of its own. And this poem is called Stunning Place. In the arid reaches of the night, I hear the unmistakable plod, subdued whinnying. I know they come by river valley, hillside track, laneway, footpath, towpath, in grievous, imperturbable pacing to wait at the stunning place. They wait for night to come, clouds to move, stars to show, the moon to throw its mitigating shaft across land and sea. Some being fed sugar lumps, dipped heads in grainy bags, lain down in green pastures. Others have risked excitements of the track, crowds, cheers, the headlong gallop, ear-pulling adulation of the winner's enclosure. Workhorses went back and forth to gruff commands, were brushed, fed, watered, stalled for the night. Some have marks of affliction, stripes, sores, galling, their ribs unbearable. All know when it is time to leave the chores, forgo razzle-dazzle, lose touch with the known hand, forget tears on the hero's chest, move by ancient tracks through gaps and broken walls into the field, up to the gate to wait. I have seen where they pause beside a stream to lower magnificent heads, drink deep from silver streams, relax, ruminate ups and downs, foals born, raise the odd row, kicking, biting, pawing the earth, feel good canters, nuzzlings. At the gate, the ground is hard from many hooves, or soft and muddy from many hooves. Hard, soft, makes no difference here. In the arid reaches of the night, I hear the unmistakable plod, subdued whinnying, and know they come by river valley, hillside track, laneway, footpath, towpath, in grievous, imperturbable pacing here to the stunning place. Thanks very much.
I hope that you'll go home and you'll study the programme at your leisure, and that we'll be seeing some of you in Monaghan, in Emmy Vale, or especially in Clogher at the summer school this year. And I hope that that we can repeat some of these events in Dublin as well from time. And really we should be building up our links here with Dublin, having heard all those connections that Jack went through so admirably as well. It's about time that we put William Carleton back on the map here in Dublin, where he spent so much of his life. Yeah.